può inserirsi, vediamo Zidane,
Contemplating the cross, Scholes cheers him on, he recovers the ball, to Rooney, he shoots, goal by United! Manchester takes the lead 2-1!
Ajeita, procura companheiro, cruza para a boca da área, Dudu de bicicleta, gol!
Believing in what you do is the most important thing.
Alessandro Del Piero. His is a typical and yet original football story of the new millennium. The Juventus champion shares with other stars of the world arena, such as Beckham or Raul, an extraordinary maturity shown even from his debut, which has only continued to grow throughout a brilliant and storied career. However, the lightness with which he managed to live many stages of it, always facing both triumphs and difficulties with a smile, is solely his. The fact that he managed to excel there too is, apart from his great technical ability, a quality that the entire football world must be grateful for. After all, Del Piero represents the pleasure of the game, and that is what it's all about.
You know when you are physically fit. The difference with last year is mainly the consistency of my performances, which had been very erratic. But this year, especially the last 2 months after my injury, it all became more consistent, not only with regard to the number of scored goals, but also to the quality of my game.
Sotto l'aspetto dei gol segnati, ma anche sotto il tipo di gioco offerto, la qualità del gioco offerto, quindi
So the physical aspect is very important. To be physically fit is essential.
è una delle prime cose.
Alessandro will lead us in the narration of his sports adventure. Every chapter will begin with a decisive episode, a match which can be seen as symbolic of a career that keeps providing new jewels for the collection, just as it has been in the thrilling last season. In a champion's life, it is often possible to identify the moment of change, the official achievement of a new status, even though the path leading to it may be a gradual one. Del Piero undoubtedly reaches his peak in the 1994-95 championship, during that Juve-Fiorentina match that could not have been more fascinating.
Ci siamo presentati al secondo tempo decisi a rimontare, ecco, quindi
In the second half, we went out determined to win, and in the last 20 minutes, Vialli scored 2 great goals. Then, 2 minutes before the end, I scored. Personally, I think that may be my best goal, perhaps because of the technical move.
La partita fu significativa molto per noi perché ci fece fare un ulteriore salto di qualità. Noi dopo quel momento eravamo
That match is very important for us because we managed to make a leap in the quality of our performance. After that moment, we became more convinced than ever that we could win any match. So that match helped us a lot.
The 1994-95 championship is the first one of Lippi's era. Del Piero begins as a promise and ends it as a champion of Italy, and even more, as a true starter. The team's brand new number 10, the justified heir to Roberto Baggio. Alex plays 28 matches, scores 8 goals in the championship, and offers numerous demonstrations of his talent, like in the match at the Olympic Stadium versus Lazio, a match in which, along with the match versus Fiorentina, his dazzling performance is a sure sign that a new era of triumphs is beginning for Torino.
Intanto prova e trova un gol incredibile la Juventus, un gol fantastico con Del Piero, si porta avanti il pallone con il petto, resiste alla carica di Winter da terra, Del Piero in scivolata, un gran gol, il gol dell'1-1. Ancora uno slalom in area, un gol fantascientifico. Signori, Del Piero, un giocatore straordinario. L'Italia ha trovato un grande campione.
Il primo è stato diverso, non è stato più intenso, è stato diverso perché...
The first one was different, not more intense, just different, because it was more like an adventure than a special project. There were changes in the club. Many players changed, the coach, the technical team, so it was a new experience for everyone.
Tecnico, quindi era un'esperienza nuova per tutti. Ci siamo trovati.
We met in the field, and right away we knew how to correct the starting game after a bad start. And from there, a team was born. A team that, in my opinion, did some exceptional stuff.
Squadra che ha fatto veramente delle cose eccezionali, secondo me.
Fate decided that Juve's second championship, the 1996-97 season, would be illuminated by a homemade recovery invented by Del Piero. The true champions know how to repeat their successes, and they do that by employing new solutions.
Col Verona in casa perdevamo 2-0 anche.
We were losing 2-0 at home with Verona, another difficult match. First we tied it, and then we went up 3-2 with a shot of mine which went into the goal after facing a couple of defenders.
E poi il 3-2 con un tiro a rientrare mio.
There are times in which you feel you can do certain things, and the fact that you've achieved them means you've prepared well, or maybe that it was the right time.
Il fatto che riescano vuol dire che forse ti eri preparato bene, forse perché quello era il momento giusto anche.
I deeply believe in the quality of a player, but also in having a bit of luck, the right touch for everything.
Un pizzico di fortuna che è il condimento giusto per tutto.
Apart from Alex's extraordinary recoveries and great shots, there are other similarities between the first and second championships of the newly baptized Pinturicchio. Del Piero scores 8 goals in the championship, just like in the 1994-95 season. But this time, the achievement must be assessed taking into account 7 matches less. Therefore, the season is virtually perfect for the team, but not for its most representative champion, out of the game for a long period due to an injury. In this circumstance, we can already identify a feature of his personality which will highlight Alex's entire career. Never to grow too depressed in the hard times or too elated in the good times. As a child, Alessandro had described himself in a school essay as an eagle, the bird of prey with which he shares his natural killer instinct. But the man himself, both on and off the field, knows how to keep his feet on the ground. That's how we can explain the consistency of his performance, which leads him to become one of the main factors in a wonderful year for a Juve far superior to all the rest. Few matches were as intense as Juve-Inter, which decided the 1998 championship. Needless to say, Alex plays the part of the triumphant hero.
C'era tantissima.
There was a lot of tension in the air. The championship was at stake, but it was something that everybody expected.
Aspettata da tutti, c'erano anche all'interno sfide nella sfida.
There are also some inner challenges. It was a very important moment that we all lived through. It was the ultimate thing, like a final match.
È stata vissuta in tutto per tutto da noi e da loro come una finale.
(1997-98) is Alessandro's golden season. In its wake, nagging questions persist, despite the badge on the t-shirt and having demonstrated, both individually and collectively, his undeniable value. But in football, examinations never end, especially for the one who is in the spotlight. Juventus' offensive capacity is a major concern. The latest revolution of the market signals the end of the philosophy of the individual force, well embodied by Vialli and later on by Vieri, in favor of the experiment of a pairing, such as that of Alex and Pippo Inzaghi. The critics are perplexed, but, as it often happens, the verdict on the field contradicts any negative predictions. They both get along well and score 39 goals, an essential contribution to winning championship number 25. Del Piero scores 21 times, and most importantly, in many matches he is virtually unstoppable, thus justifying the supporters' chorus, which breaks a market-established hierarchy. The true phenomenon is not Ronaldo, they sing at Della Alpi. The true phenomenon is ours.
Ferron si oppone. Del Piero in posizione regolare, palo esterno. Va da solo Del Piero contro 4, le finte di Del Piero che entra in area destro. Che fortunato Del Piero che però si inserisce benissimo in area, prova! Ed è il gol del vantaggio, quello di Alex Del Piero, fortunato nel primo contatto con l'avversario, il rimpallo lo ha favorito e poi si è inserito benissimo in area di rigore e ha battuto Ferron.
In this championship, Del Piero's value finally emerges in full strength. Alex is the well-known leader of a team with a nearly perfect mechanism. Juventus number 10 is a world-class example of what being a spontaneous creator means. Class is not enough to play such a part, traditionally reserved to the nobleman. No, in today's muscular and space-restricted football, you need equal parts sacrifice, athletic capacity, and stamina, things that used to belong to another type of player. You must never surrender to the obstacles. Watching a single one of Alex's matches is enough to understand what he is made of and the strength of his game.
In panchina il numero 12.
scelta di Del Piero che va con il destro da quella parte. Del Piero 2-1, è uno dei pochi al mondo che da lì può calciare sul palo opposto.
Quando vinci lo scudetto in Italia forse è più bello che vincere una Coppa Europea, non dico la Champions League perché la Champions League forse ha un valore più intenso di tutto, ma